Hello, League. This is your commissioner speaking. It's week 5. Let's get to it. All right, let's start with some trades that happened this week. Jessica traded Ron Rodgers and Vernon Davis to Rick for Giovanni Bernard and Martellus Bennett. I think this really helps both teams. In my opinion, Rick needed another quarterback. Cam Newton's doing okay, but Brady has really struggled, and Rodgers appears to finally be getting back to normal. Once Vernon Davis gets healthy, I think he'll be a top 5 tight end again. I know a couple people talked to me and said that Martellus is a great tight end this year, and you got to remember Bennett did really well at the beginning of last year and then struggled towards the end of the season, so we might see the same again this year. Gio doing really well right now, but with Jeremy Hill taking more snaps, I'd be surprised if Gio stays with the same pace that he's had. Plus, Rick gets a keeper for next year unless he decides to keep AJ Green. So I think long term it definitely benefits Rick. I'd go short term, maybe Jessica gets the upper hand, but long term I think Rick might actually come out on top. And let me just say one more thing. Some people have talked to me about this trade and other trades, and most of the people that I talk to are active traders. So this doesn't really apply to you, but some of you said, I would have given up more for player X, and which I would say, okay, do it. Get off your ass and do it. Don't complain about trades. If you think it was a bad trade, you think it was a good trade, that's fine. Just go out there and make trades yourself. If you're happy with your team, leave it be. So that's all I'll say about that one. Kirk trades Torrey Smith to Rick for Roy Halou and Cam Newton. Man, Rick is wheeling and dealing over here. Originally, I thought that Kirk came away with the better deal on this one. I think Kirk was selling high on one good week from Torrey Smith, but Torrey Smith is a starter, which in a deep league like ours, a 12-team league, it's tougher and tougher to find. Plus, now that Rick has Ron Rodgers, he shouldn't really need Cam Newton. And Rick just picked up Roy Halou off the free agency. That was right before the trade. So it's not like he was giving up a guy that's been giving him a ton of points over the last few weeks. So the more I thought about it, I think it's a trade that benefits neither team, but it doesn't hurt either team either. So with most of those guys riding both teams' benches, I guess why not make the trade? And now let's look at what went down week 5. So Kirk versus Alex. This was Battle of the Brothers Part 2. And Phillip Rivers continues to do well, one of the top 3 quarterbacks. I got a huge boost from Demaryius as well. That was nice, finally. Kirk, unfortunately, didn't have a lot of performers. Le'Veon Bell did pretty well. And the Steelers' D did well against Jacksonville, which no surprise there. But in the end, I win Battle of the Brothers Part 2. Tony versus Dave. I thought this was going to be a super high-scoring matchup. Not so, really. Tony got 23 from Kirk Cousins, which was surprising, considering he was playing against Seattle's defense. And then he got quite a few points from Greg Olsen as well. But that's about it. Dave got over 20 points each from Andrew Luck, Matt Forte, and the Packers D. And he got another 17 from Ridley, so we won by almost 30. So good job there, Dave. Excuse me. Nate versus Justin. Good Lord. Battle of the Brothers Part 3, or Trois. Justin gets his revenge. Arian Foster goes off for like 28, and the Panthers D gives him another 17. Calvin put up a dud for Nate. I wouldn't have played him since he was a decoy in the last game. And they weren't sure about him this game to begin with, so I wouldn't have played him. But Nate, had you played Golden Tate instead, you would have won the game, so that's kind of rough right there. Tyler against Micah. Stafford struggled for Tyler. Eddie Lacy finally went off, and Gates has done well, which has surprised me. Not quite enough, though. Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, helped out Micah in last night's game, as well as Orange Julius, scored about 18. So although Micah was down heading into Monday night, he comes away with the win. That was a good win. Rick against Jessica. Ron Rodgers gets 24. He's finally starting to look like himself. And he got 24 without even playing like the fourth quarter. So that shows a lot of promise there. I know Brady got 24, but I don't see that happening very often this season. It's just not a very good team. And Jessica's team struggled. A lot of guys only putting up 3 to 5 points. But Peyton Manning and Phil Dawson, friggin' kicker, combined for 59 points to give her the ugly win. That was not a good looking win there. Evan against Cam. Cam's team did work early on in this matchup. Cutler did well in the beginning of that game. He was killing it. I think he had 20-something at halftime. But towards the end of the game, started to struggle a little bit. Still got Cam 25 points. DeMarco continued his 100-yard streak. Cam was watching the game with us. We were hoping for a touchdown there, too, to give him a streak of 100 yards and a touchdown. But still did well there. Alshon did well. Andre Ellington and Philly D killed it. Unfortunately, McCoy continues to suck. So congrats, Cam. And with your win of 40 points, you warrant blowout of the week. All right, now I'm going to call someone or someones out. I don't want anyone to take offense to this. It's just for fun. We're just making fun of each other. That's what you do in fantasy football. Jessica, please don't make me sleep on the couch. She left Pierre Thomas and Kendall Wright on her bench. Now, I can't blame you too much since they've both struggled, but anytime you have over 40 points on your bench from just two guys, we're going to poke fun at you. And Micah, didn't you see Kirk Cousins struggle last week against Giants? And similarly, Eli, who I still think sucks, he did well against Washington last week. And you still started Matt Ryan? Confused me a little bit. I know Matt Ryan's been doing really well, but that was a prime matchup for Russell Wilson, and he showed it. So you two get the Bonehead of the Week title. Don't be mad, guys. Either way, you both won, so it's all good. Now we'll see where I was right and where I was wrong based on the predictions from last week. I said Kirk, Evan, Tony, and Nate would all win, and you all lost. So I only got 2 out of 6 picks correct. Okay, in looking at the standings, Micah is running away with it in the West. Come on, guys, get with it. Micah and Dave have now won 3 straight each, while Evan unfortunately has lost 3 straight. All right, predictions for this week. Tyler against myself. I think this will be a high-scoring game. Both of our quarterbacks are going against crappy defenses. Des Bryant for Tyler has to go against Richard Sherman, the best corner in the game, which helps me. But Alfred Morris has to go against the Cardinals' really good defensive line. It's a tough call, but last week I didn't go with my team, didn't have faith in myself. This week, tough call, I got to go with my team, though. Kirk against Dave. Kirk needs to pick up or trade for a receiver, so just so you guys know, if any of you are looking to trade, Kirk needs a receiver since New Orleans is on a bye. Romo's up against Seattle, while most of Dave's team is against pretty easy teams. So I give the nod to Dave and say that he continues his winning streak. Rick against Cam. Cam's team runs through DeMarco Murray, and he's against Seattle. Jimmy Graham is on a bye week, so I think it'll be close. I think Cam finally starts his winning streak of 2 or more. So although those 2 key factors, I'm still giving Cam the win. Tony against Justin. Breeze is on a bye week for Justin, but Jamal Charles is out for Tony with a bye week. I just have a gut feeling someone random on Justin's team is going to go off. So let's give the win to Justin. Why not? Mark it. Evan against Nate. Nate's team is plagued with injuries right now. Calvin is probably going to be out. Monty Ball is probably going to be out. Joik's out. Rashad Jennings out. Kyrie Robinson is out on a bye. Reese Jones-Drew is the worst, so it's basically like he's out. I think LaShawn finally has a decent week. I'm giving the win to Evan. Micah against Jessica. Jessica said if she wins, she gets her new puppy. This is a battle of the Week 5 boneheads. No, I'm just kidding. Jessica's got Peyton, but Micah's got base mode. All right, I'm going to say Jessica's going to be she's going to be down going into Monday night's game with only her kicker left to play, and he scores enough to give Jessica the win. And now, a quick public service announcement. These videos are super fun to make, but I'd love to have some of you help me by being featured in the video. I'd ask you questions and ask for your opinions and everything like that. So let me know if you're interested, and we'll set up a time where you can be on one of these videos too. That's all I have for this week. Thank you for watching. Good luck to everybody, except for Tyler, because I'm playing you this week, so hopefully your team does terrible. So, see you, everybody.